Britannia Royal Naval College, commonly known as Dartmouth, is the initial officer training establishment of the British Royal Navy, on a hill overlooking Dartmouth, Devon, England. Royal Naval officer training has taken place in Dartmouth since 1863. The buildings of the current campus were completed in 1905. Earlier students lived in two wooden hulks moored in the River Dart. Since 1998, BRNC has been the sole centre for Royal Naval officer training. History. The training of naval officers at Dartmouth dates from 1863, when the wooden hulk HMS Britannia was moved from Portland and moored in the River Dart to serve as a base. In 1864, after an influx of new recruits, Britannia was supplemented by HMS Hindustan. Prior to this, a Royal Naval Academy had operated at Portsmouth, a major naval installation, from 1733 to 1837. The original Britannia was replaced by the Prince of Wales in 1869, which was renamed Britannia. The foundation stone for a new building at the college was laid down by King Edward VII in March 1902. Sir Aston Webb designed the shore-based college at Dartmouth, which was built by Higgs and Hill and practically completed in 1905. The first term of cadets entered at the R.N. College Osborne were transferred to Dartmouth in September 1905. The college was originally known as the Royal Naval College, Dartmouth. As a Royal Naval shore establishment, it was later known also by the ship name HMS Britannia. The college was named in 1953, when the name Britannia was given to the newly launched royal yacht HMY Britannia. The training ship moored in the River Dart at Sandkey, currently the former Sandown-class minehunter HMS Cromer, continues to bear the name Hindustan. Cadets originally joined the Royal Naval College, Osborne, at the age of 13 for 2 years study and work before joining Dartmouth. They studied there for 4 years before starting sea training at age 17. RNC Osborne closed in 1923. The entry age for the Naval College was changed to 16 in 1948, and to 17 and 6 months in 1955. Until 1941, Dartmouth was in effect a specialized boarding school, with parents paying fees for tuition and board. During the Second World War, after 6 Focke-Wulf aircraft bombed the college in September 1942, students and staff moved activities to Eaton Hall in Cheshire until the autumn of 1946. 2 bombs had penetrated the college's main block, causing damage to the quarterdeck and surrounding rooms. The college today, in the early 21st century, officer cadets, as they are known until passing out from the college, can join between the ages of 18 and 32. While most cadets join BRNC after finishing university, some join directly from secondary school. All spend between 30 and 49 weeks at the college, depending on specialization. A large contingent of foreign and Commonwealth students are part of the student body. The Royal Fleet Auxiliary sends its officer cadets to BRNC for an 8-week initial officer training course, before they start at a maritime college. Following the closures of the Royal Naval Engineering College, Manhattan, in 1994 and the Royal Naval College, Greenwich, in 1998, BRNC is the sole naval college in the United Kingdom. Slightly removed from the main buildings is Sandkey, which is below the college on the River Dart. It is primarily used for seamanship and boat handling training. Cadets are required to know that there are 187 steps from the college to Sandkey. Entry. To enter as an officer cadet, British entrants must have 180 or more UCAS points. Prospective cadets then proceed to the Admiralty Interview Board, where they are tested mentally and physically. Several mental aptitude tests are administered, along with a basic physical fitness test and a medical examination. Royal Cadets. King George V and King George VI were naval cadets at Dartmouth, as were the Duke of Edinburgh, the Prince of Wales and the Duke of York. It is said that the Duke of Edinburgh met the then Princess Elizabeth at Dartmouth. Prince William spent a brief period at the college after leaving Sandhurst as part of his training with all three of Britain's armed forces. Sheikh Mubarak Ali Yusuf Saud Al Sabah, a member of the royal family of Kuwait, attended the Royal Navy Young Officer course at Britannia Royal Naval College in 2002. Commanders of the college. Source for list below. Listing compiled by historian Colin Mackey. Additional references are given in the list. Captain William E. Goodenough, May 1905 – August 1907. Captain Trevelyan D.W. Napier, August 1907 – July 1910. Captain Hugh Evan Thomas, July 1910 – July 1912. Captain the Hon. Victor A. Stanley, July 1912 – 1914. Rear Admiral Trevelyan D.W. Napier, September to December 1914. Captain Edmund Hyde Parker, 1914 – February 1915. Captain Norman C. Palmer, February 1915 – May 1916. Rear Admiral William G. E. Ruckeen, May 1916. Captain Eustace T. Leatham, February 1919 – February 1921. Captain Francis A. Martin, February 1921 – January 1923. Captain the Hon. Herbert Mead, January 1923 – February 1926. Captain Martin E. Dunbar Nasmith, February 1926 – February 1929. Captain Sidney J. Merrick, February 1929 – December 1931. Captain Norman A. Wodehouse, December 1931 – December 1934. Captain Reginald V. Holt, December 1934 – December 1936. Captain Frederick H. G. Dalrymple Hamilton, December 1936 – November 1939. Captain Robert L. B. Cunliffe, December 1939 – April 1942. Captain Edward A. Aylmer, April 1942 – December 1943. Captain Gerald H. Warner, December 1943. Captain Peveril B. R.W. William Powlett, January 1946 – February 1948. Captain Hugh W. Faulkner, February 1948 – August 1949. Captain Norman V. Dickinson, August 1949 – April 1951. Captain Richard T. White, April 1951 – August 1953. Captain William G. Crawford, August 1953 – April 1956. Captain William J. Munn, April 1956 – August 1958. Captain Frank H. E. Hopkins, August 1958 – August 1960. Captain Horace R. Law, August 1960 – December 1961. Captain W. Jean Parker, December 1961 – September 1963. Captain John E. L. Martin, September 1963 – August 1966. Captain Ian W. Jameson, August 1966 – April 1968. Captain David Williams, April 1968 – September 1970. Captain A. Gordon Tate, September 1970 – August 1972. Captain John M. Forbes, August 1972 – September 1974. Captain Michael A. Hicks, September 1974 – September 1976. Captain Paul W. Greening, September 1976 – October 1978. Captain Nicholas J. S. Hunt, October 1978 – June 1980. Captain J. Julian R. Oswald, June 1980–June 1982. Captain Timothy M. Bevan, June 1982–September 1984. Captain George M. Tullis, September 1984–1987. Captain John R. Brigstock, 1987–89. Captain J. Robert Schiffner, 1989–91. Captain Richard G. Hastelow, 1991–93. Captain Simon Moore, 1993–95. Captain Anthony P. Masterton Smith, 1995 – January 1998. Commodore Roy A. G. Clare, January 1998 – 1999. Commodore Mark W. G. Kerr, 1999–2002. Commodore C. Anthony Johnston Burt, 2002–04. Commodore Richard J. Ibbotson, 2004–05. Commodore Timothy Harris, 2005 – April 2007. Commodore Martin B. Alabaster, April 2007 – September 2008. Commodore Jake K. Moores, September 2008 – March 2011. Commodore Simon P. Williams, March 2011 – September 2012. Captain Jerry Kidd, September 2012 – February 2014. Captain Henry Duffy, February 2014. Images. Former students.